Today, I will talk about JRBjobber, who is a Yugituber that created his channel on December 26, 2011. His first video was JRBjobber Daily Vlog, December 29, 2011, at Dark and Jagger's house. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think what made him stand out was his massive like Yu-Gi-Oh collection opening videos. Why is that appealing? In my opinion, there's always that mystery factor, like you don't know what he gets until you watch it. In addition, because it's so grand in scale, it stands out. And in my opinion, from a viewer's perspective, it's like, oh, I don't have the money to afford that mystery box or collection or whatever in the video. But I can watch somebody else like kind of open it or buy it and just kind of look into it out of sheer curiosity. It's like, oh, I wonder if I bought that collection, what would I get? Right? But his videos never come off as a flex. Like, oh, he's flexing his money by showing what he can buy. Like he can buy all these massive collections and you don't know. I watched his videos before, when I was younger and stuff and I never really thought he was flexing. I just watched a collection video out of curiosity, kind of just look into what kind of cards he got. It's like, oh, he got Black Wings. Oh, he got this super rare card, or this and that. Like, oh, here's some commons. It's like, oh, here's a deck, and this and that. There's all kinds of stuff that you know you can get out of a Yu-Gi-Oh collection, or what kind of cards you can get from a binder, right? And yeah, I think just this passion for Yu-Gi-Oh, and just kind of choosing to post that video, I think really set him on a path to become a big Yugituber and just build up an audience from there. Especially with the shift, if you look at his older videos, it's like, oh, they kind of became more focused on box opening and stuff. And like, that's really cool and stuff. Like to me personally, I don't find box opening as interesting because I started kind of just buying singles and stuff to build the decks I want. So I wasn't really that curious when it comes to oh, what kind of cards are you gonna possibly get from a booster set, because it's like, well, I'm never ever gonna buy sealed product. That's not how I would like to spend my money. Although there's nothing wrong with doing that. Like if you want to spend money on sealed products, support your game store, and this brings you joy, that's cool. You should be able to spend your money on what you like, right? And a word of advice for people that aspire to become a YouTuber, don't try to copy what he did and expect like immediate success. Like one, just it's gonna be expensive. Buying a collection on a grand scale, and you have no previous following. Especially if you were a new channel per se, right? And then it's like, oh, the video can fall flat, and then you get salty because you wasted all your money on this collection, and you didn't become quote unquote successful because of that, right? And even if you were quote unquote successful, it's like, well, there needs to be maybe a little bit of consistency, right? Or people, it's just gonna leave. Like, oh, that was just a one hit wonder, right? Like I looked at JRB Jobber's YouTube videos, and it's like, oh, okay. I look at what was recently posted, and it's like, okay, not all of them are collection videos, but it's here's a collection video, and then here are a bunch of box openings and stuff, right? Product. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense because one, it's really expensive to buy these collections, and two, you aren't really gonna make your money back off of YouTube like ad revenue or whatever. When you make that video, that's just not how the world works. I doubt he made his money back when he did those collections. Like okay, maybe you get like some money off of the ad revenue, but then like, it's up to him. Like he needs to like liquidate or like sell these cards like to make some of the money back, you know? And like he also runs like, like a page on eBay and like sells his cards there. So it's like, oh, okay. That makes sense. Because if you were to like sell it to a card shop, well, you wouldn't get the full value of the card. They would offer you like probably 50 at best. So like that's another thing if you were like looking into making like money off of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in particular, like you should try to be your own seller. And if you're kind of more casual about it, like just like, oh, you could just turn, your cards into cash at like your local game store and then just use that cash for like whatever you want, right? And like I think when he did those like massive collection box openings, he just kind of did it out of like passion for like the game and like opening and like collecting cards. Like I don't think he like really thought about like the money that like he would make off of the video. He just thought, oh, I'll share this experience with like other people, and then like whenever I feel like it, I can always like rewatch the video and like kind of relive those like memories in a way. I think like another like point about like trying to copy like what he did. I think it's like he also fulfilled kind of like a niche that like wasn't really seen within Yu-Gi-Oh. Like what kind of content do like Yugitubers like usually make? At least like back then, like 10ish years ago, right? It was just like deck profile, duel, and like maybe a discussion video where like you just turn on a camera, record yourself just talking about like Yu-Gi-Oh in general, right? Like the market's already very saturated. Everybody like can like do that and stuff. But not everybody can like necessarily like buy money and put it towards like a large collection like that, you know? And just like kind of like seeing how it turned out, I think, which is kind of like strike gold. I don't like really encourage anybody to kind of like buy massive collections. You aren't gonna make your money back. Like that's just not how like the world works. Especially if you like don't have like your own like store or like you plan to sell your cards like by yourself. You plan to like sell them to like a card store for like quick money, right? That's like even less profits when you like do the math and whatever. And like, if you're gonna do like a massive collection or whatever, just like do it out of passion. Like I said, you love the game, you like collecting cards, you want to like record this experience for the future, you want to share it with people. You know, like that's like the right way to approach it. If you don't want to like buy these like massive collections or whatnot, like that's cool. You don't have to, and I don't think like JRBjobber in like any like shape or form is like encouraging people to like, oh yeah, you should buy like these collections or whatever. Like, oh, this will like make you a lot of money. Like, no, 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 no. Like at least from what I can remember, like he doesn't really talk too much about money, like based on those collection videos. Like maybe he'll mention like if a card is like maybe has like a lot of value or not, but that's not really like the main focus. He's just having like fun, you know? And that's how video should be. Like you should have like fun or like a passion for like creating them. And with that, I feel like that's all I have to say for this Yugituber. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, goodbye.